everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Sunday to you. And obviously we're taking a look here at this coin here. Wonderful Tia Celestia, essentially. And before I forget, happy Veterans Day, belated Veterans Day. If you are somebody who served, or maybe you know somebody who served, thanks again. Make sure to say thank you for their service. Now, when it comes to this coin, we want to look at a few key factors. We're going to look at smaller time frames. We're going to extend out our fibs here and essentially kind of understand what this potential for retracement might look like, and also kind of identify this trend line we're seeing here. So take a look at this little guy. We got to pay attention to this, likely running concurrent with some moving averages. So we'll talk about that and much more. So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I love to teach people to trade. Keep in mind we have very little data here, so the daily time frame is not really super relevant. We're going to focus mostly on the 4-hour and lower. Also, if you are new to the channel, keep in mind I have a Trading Academy community and signals group. Fantastic. Check that out yourself. But we are recently partnered here with Bitunix as well. They offer a $5,500 trading bonus and competitions, phenomenal exchange, trailing stop losses. I love the way that they are formatted. They're extremely compliant and nice, good option for those who are struggling with KYC and VPN requirements. So again, no KYC, no VPN. Check them out in your own time. So taking a look here at TIA. So what's going on? I get the question a lot, should I close my short position? Yeah, I said that yesterday. I'm going to say that again today. There's no reason to have a short open right now at this coin. Tons of volume flowing in. As you can see, the money flow index is extremely high. We take a look at a few other key factors. We want to kind of acknowledge some liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity at lower levels. Not super important. What is important here, because again, it's going to take some time to pull back to that level. Probably never will. We have a fair value gap here, roughly at the range of about 430. Sorry, I misspoke. 440 upwards of about 455. Okay, so the price does pull back. It had somewhat of an aggressive increase here recently. This could be a case in point where the price action pulls back to this level, possibly even 0.382. Okay, and it's really common to see the price pull back to 0.382, as a matter of fact. So let's talk about that and just quickly understand that if the price does come down, essentially, these are the typical bouncing points. 0.382 is the most common because, of course, it creates a higher high and a higher low. In other words, we've got these higher lows here. If we have that continuation down, we've got our higher highs here. Okay? So the truth is, if this is the top, though, we do got to respect the fact that we're going to see an ABC pattern. In other words, A is the lower low, B is the lower high, and C is a lower low again. Okay, that's common characteristic. Again, we got to wait for the top to be in. We're not at the top just yet. At least we potentially are, but we don't know until we retrace a little bit further. Unfortunately, it's hard to anticipate the ABC pattern until you actually start hitting the A pattern first. Okay, so again, we're kind of in that little transition right now, but the key takeaway here is that we are still not overextended, but we have a lot of money staying in this coin here, and as money continues to flow in, we're in pretty good shape. Let's take a quick look at volume, just kind of recognize there is less volume here than there was before, but ever since the price action has increased above this resistance at about 269, we've seen the amount of volume double or triple. So this may seem like less compared to here, but it's still tremendously more than here. Okay, so that really tells us that we're going to be able to sustain this price action unless it starts tapering off quite significantly. So again, this is somewhat low. It's coming down a little bit, but you can see the money flow is still high. So to me, I think we're in pretty good shape there, all things considered. Let's take a quick look at the moving averages and recognize that we are also doing really well here too. The thing I would like to kind of point out here, and this isn't like a stark, terrible situation here, but in truth, when you have a rising wedge pattern, it's more of a bearish pattern. So just note that with us continuing to retest this upper channel, and of course this lower channel here, if we break below and come below this trend line here, we're likely to see the price action continue lower. Okay, so I'm going to pay close attention to this trend line and kind of see what's going on. Again, it's not like a super concerning pattern right now, but it's something to be mindful of. Keep in mind the previous liquidity levels keep getting swept. So now that we've swept this level here, we are due for a correction. Once more, I'm anticipating 420 as the next target. If the price pulls back that low, we should see a bounce. If it drops that low, we want to kind of reconsider our game plan here, because again, we'd be losing that trend line and we'd now be below the 20-day SMA, potentially under the 50. So once you lose the 50-day SMA, that's a big deal. Okay, taking a quick look, I forgot to look at this on the 4-hour. There's not a, they're kind of trailing behind, but we want to pay attention to make sure that we stay above these two as well. Okay? So again, still pretty early. Definitely not a situation where you want to try to short just because it feels like it's overextended. Shorting overextensions right now is treacherous. It happens, unfortunately, a lot more than you might think, where people are just getting wrecked because they keep thinking it's going to pull back because it's it's taken off and it has to fall. It has to come down. What goes up must come down. While that is true, it's not the market to short right now. If Bitcoin maintaining itself at 37,000, that's letting a lot of altcoins just surge and go crazy. So this is one of them, and I think it's going to continue higher. So my speculation is the price goes up more so than it goes down, but a natural correction to 0.236 or 0.382 makes a lot more sense. Okay. Again, this is a very, very healthy continuation, by the way. Up, over, up, over, up, over, right? Nice staircase pattern. I always talk about that. I teach that in my trading academy as well. But the truth here is that you do not want to short until we have confirmation. And to me, confirmation comes in a few different forms. First of all, it would be the Ichimoku cloud. This is probably one of my best indicators that I utilize for confirmation. I actually have a video for Ichimoku cloud and how to use it. If you're curious, go ahead and search that. But we are looking free and clear of the price action, conversion lines above the baseline, lag and span, and the cloud is all well below the cloud, the price action. So this is a 3-on-3, basically letting us know 3 out of 3 indicators are confirming this bullish activity. And everything else I showed you also is bullish too. There's literally nothing here telling us the price is going to pull back, minus the fact that we might see that natural correction to the downside. If we do look at TD sequential, we are at an 8, and hypothetically, when we come up to 8s or 9s, we do usually see consolidation or pullbacks. Okay, so there could be a pendant type of pattern that we could see fulfilling itself here soon, or it could even pull back. Either way you look at it, until we break this trend line, I am not going to consider a short with this coin. Okay. All right. Hope that makes sense and I described this correctly. Thanks so much for watching. If you have found benefit, please like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you jump on over to our best exchange available, Bitunix. They provide tons of benefits here for new registered users. You have to use my link to benefit, but I can tell you that it's a really simple and easy thing to do. And you'll be eligible for future trading competitions too, having used that link. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you learned something here today. Again, comment below if you did. Feel free to reach out through social media, Twitter, Telegram, or Discord, all available there. And I look forward to working with you. Have yourself a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.